welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining what autism spectrum disorder is, otherwise known as ASD or autism. But because I'm actually autistic myself and I'm 17 years old, I have autism, ADHD, and anxiety. So maybe in another video I might explain what ADHD is and its genetics. Because I heard on the news last night that apparently it's apparently genetic, but I might explain that in another video. And then another video I will probably explain about my anxiety. So yeah. So I'm just gonna quickly put this up. So this is the website I'm looking at. I wish I could do split screen on how do I... Okay, so autism spectrum, what is autism spectrum disorder? Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a lifelong developmental condition. It affects how people behave and interact with the world around them. People with ASD will have different experiences and need different levels of support. Like, for example, if someone who has severe autism and they're not very good with safety, and they're elope a lot, like run away, then they need a lot of support, and especially if their parents if their parents have to like lock the doors so their child can't get out of can't wander the streets at night when they're asleep, when their parents are asleep. So yeah. Along with some challenges, a person with autism will also have a range of strengths. Hang on, I'm just going to write this up. People with ASD will all have different experiences. Oh wait, no, sorry, I just read that bit. Health professionals used to think that Asperger's syndrome and autism were separate conditions. It is now understood that they are both part of one condition called autism spectrum disorder, or ASD. This is an Australian website because I live in Australia, so I'm reading this because it says basically, yeah. So about 1 in 100 Australians have ASD. That should say have because that's a typo, but whatever. What are the symptoms of autism spectrum disorder, or ASD? The main symptoms related to ASD fall into two broad areas: difficulty with social interactions and communication, restricted and repetitive behaviors and interests. The features of ASD usually start in infancy, but they may not be noticeable until the age of 18 months, which is 2 years old, or older. Sometimes ASD is only noticed much later in life. Children. For young children with ASD, signs of social difficulties may include lack of social exchanges, such as pointing, like for example pointing around the room at something, for example pointing at someone, something like that. Or showing you things, like that's basically what I just said. Reacting to other people in an unusual way. I don't know how to explain it, but basically if someone gives you, like, for example, this is the best way I can explain it. If someone gives you gives someone who has autism a gift, they would probably respond in a unusual way, for example, like sad. So yeah. Frequently wanting to be alone. Which when my bestie is not at school, I just like to sit on my own, like sit on my own. I just like to sit on my own. So yeah, because I think it's more fun when I sit with my bestie. So yeah. Delayed speech or repeating specific words over and over. That is called echolalia. So yeah. And delayed speech is with delayed speech, sometimes with people like delayed speech, people might be non-verbal. They might not start talking till maybe the age of like 7 or 8 or 5, whatever age, or 9 or 10 or 11. Depends. So yeah. Or it might be just that they might not be able to say certain words because of their speech delay. So yeah. Okay. Next is avoiding eye contact. I do that a lot. And that's when if you don't know what that is, that's when you don't look at someone in the face, and basically when someone tells me to look at them, I don't look at them at all, and it's annoying because I don't feel comfortable doing it, but yeah. And here we are. Yeah, I'll just give you a quick glimpse. Signs of behavioral difficulties in young children may include excessively following routines and excessive distress at changes. I still have that, so yeah, I do that. Repetitive movements such as flapping hands, rocking or spinning things. I rock, and rocking is like rocking back and forwards like that. So yeah. Strongly reacting to sensory input. And with the flapping hands, that's like that. And spinning could be spinning on a chair, like, or it could be like that, flapping hands. Depends on how the person does it. Strongly reacting to sensory input, such as loud sounds or crowded places. If I'm in crowded places, I will get overwhelmed. But next year my parents and I are going to the Cyndi Lauper concert, and because she's coming to Australia, so we're going there in Sydney next year in April. So but here's the thing, because it will be crowded at the concert. But yeah, I will be taking my noise cancelling earmuffs, noise cancelling headphones, and because that's why I have those, because to block out the noise. So yeah. Restricted interests such as only playing with certain toys. When I was younger, and the girls who live across the road from me, it's hard to like. The oldest one was the oldest girl the two oldest now both go to my school, but basically they both go to my high school. So yeah, the oldest girl, who was probably 11 or 12 at the time when I was like 11 and 12, 11 to 12, I actually was wanting to play Barbies and Lego all the time. And when I was 13 and like also she was like 12, I was wanting to play Barbies and Lego all the time. So yeah, and that's why they don't really come over to my house anymore. It's only like when we have barbecues or something like that, but she doesn't really come over anyways. Her youngest sister does, and I'm not mentioning their names, just for personal reasons, just because it's someone else, and they probably don't want their names mentioned on YouTube. So yeah. And frequent.
Come and have a look at your accommodation.
Okay, and I'm filming a YouTube video.
Your 2-bedroom apartment we got.
Nice, but I'm filming a YouTube video.
Come and have a look. I can't do that later.
Oh my god. Frequent tantrums, which I have a lot of the time. There may be different signs. There may be different signs of autism at different ages. In older children with ASD, signs may include trouble understanding body language and social cues, following instructions very strictly, difficulty making friends, which I have, but I do have a few friends, and I actually do have a whole friend group at the moment, which is good. Restricted interests, such as only talking about certain topics. Aggressive behavior, which I did have when I was younger, but not so much now. Adults. In adults, ASD symptoms may include extreme sensitivity to the environment, such as noises or lights, feeling isolated. Noises or lights, I've already explained this one. Like lights can be like bright lights, and noises can be like the sound of that. For example, that's the school bell, because I live close to my school. The sound of a lockdown bell at my school or whatever. Just a few examples. Or the sounds from a concert. So yeah. Feeling isolated as if no one wants to be your friend. So yeah. Interpreting words and concepts literally. So for example, if someone told you to pull your socks up and the autistic person does it, that means they're actually they're taking it literally. So yeah. Extreme attention to detail. Anxiety in, I don't know how to explain that last one. Anxiety in social situations and having trouble making conversation. I do have a lot of the time I have a lot of trouble making conversations, but most of the time when I'm with my bestie and our friend group, I'm able to make a conversation with her, especially on Messenger as well. A preference for solitude, and I don't know how to explain that. Becoming overwhelmed easily, like for example, like if there's a loud bang sound, for example, I don't know how to explain, but and someone will be like, someone who is autistic, they would be to cover their ears right away, and then start to freak out or cry or whatever. What causes ASD? Come on, camera focused. ASD is caused by differences in how the brain develops. It is not fully understood why this happens. There is probably a genetic component, since you are more likely to have ASD if someone in your family also has autism. Research into other potential causes is ongoing. Autism is not caused by vaccinations. I know there's a lot of myths about that. Specific foods, your cultural or social surroundings, and bad parenting. So yeah. When should I see my doctor? If you think your child has ASD, see your doctor or child health nurse. A formal diagnosis will enable your child to receive the help and support they need. If you are an adult and you think you may have symptoms of ASD, consider talking to a health professional about it. It's your choice if you want to find out whether you have ASD. How is ASD diagnosed? If your doctor thinks your child may have ASD, they will refer you to a specialist to confirm the diagnosis. This may be a pediatrician or a psychiatrist, or a psychologist. Which in that case for me, I have a pediatrician who actually does all the scripts for my medications. So yeah. The specialist uses a set of standard tests such as questionnaires and checklists to make a diagnosis. They will ask you questions about your child's development and behavior and observe the way your child acts and plays. This may require a few appointments. A diagnosis of ASD will also include assigning your child a level between 1 and 3. This refers to how much support your child requires, and 1 being the lowest level of support and 3 being the highest. ASD in females. There are 3 times more males than females diagnosed with ASD. It is thought that ASD is undiagnosed in females. There are several reasons for this. Studies show that females with autism have different symptoms compared to males with autism. Females are more likely to have stronger language and communication skills, which is being able to have a conversation and that. A stronger ability to hide their symptoms by copying how others behave in social situations, which is called masking. And less aggression. For me, I did not have less aggression. I was actually diagnosed with autism when I was 8, at the age of 4 years old. So yeah. Doctors and teachers may be less familiar with the signs of ASD in females. The tests used to diagnose ASD are also more likely to detect symptoms that are more common in males. Many females find out they have autism in adulthood. How can I manage ASD? Come on, camera, focus. Many therapies and supports are available to help your child learn the skills they need for everyday life. Finding the right program for your child can be confusing. You can visit Autism What Next to guide you through this process. Ensure that the therapies, treatments, and supports you choose are evidence-based, meaning that scientific research has shown them to be helpful. Avoid treatments that offer a cure, or recovery. There is no evidence to support these claims. Young children. It's best to start treatment as early as possible. The right support and programs will help your child improve their social skills, learn to manage their emotions, and reach developmental goals. Treatment programs tailored to individual needs often have the best results. You may choose for your child to attend a supported playgroup or an early learning center for children with autism spectrum disorder. School-age children, which I'm school-age. I'm 17 years old and I'm in high school in grade 11. If you haven't seen my other videos, go and check them out. So yeah. School-age children. Children with ASD can go to a mainstream or special school. Find out more about school options for children with ASD. Where I live, there's not really a special school for me. There is the special district school, but yeah, I don't go to it. And plus, Autism AQ, Autism Queensland schools, that's not exactly in here for it would be one for where I live, but that's only for prep to grade 3, and I'm not in one of those grades, which sucks. So yeah. Different therapies may be helpful for your child. which include educational programs can help with learning. Speech pathology focuses on developing communication skills. Occupational therapy can help with fine motor skills and managing sensitivity to the environment. Psychological therapies or social skills groups can provide support. Find out if your child is eligible for the National Disability Insurance Scheme, NDIS, which my mum actually goes through that, so yeah. She's got funding. My mum actually has funding for that, for stuff for me, so yeah. For my, not particularly my OT, but for my psychologist, and for a place called Mate's Place and that, so yeah. Which can help provide funding for therapies, like I just said, my psychologist, I go for Mate's Place, so yeah, or otherwise known as our Mate's Place. People with ASD may also have another mental health disorder, such as anxiety, which I also have, so yeah. Talk to your doctor about getting treatment under a mental health care treatment plan. And here's a little disclaimer about this. I'm not a doctor, so don't seek medical treatment at your own advice, please. So yeah, this video is basically explaining what autism is, not getting not basically diagnosing people. So yeah. Adults. If you are an adult with ASD, there are different ways to get the help you need. Therapies that may be helpful include these. Occupational therapy can help you with skills for work or study. Psychological therapies can help you manage your emotions and function in social situations. Speech pathology can help you improve your communication skills. You may wish to seek help in accommodation options, finding work, or attending a social group for adults with autism. Visit Autistic's Guide to Adulthood for more information. Misunderstandings about ASD, which is what I talked about before with the vaccinations. So yeah, when I said I've heard a lot of myths about that, so yeah. There are many misunderstandings about ASD that can be harmful. These make it harder for people with ASD to get the support they need, which sucks. So yeah. Here are some facts about ASD that are often misunderstood. Most people with ASD want to make friends, they just find this difficult. And that's wrong. Sometimes, someone might not want to make a friend, but you just gotta give them someone with autism might not want to make friends with someone. You just gotta give them time until they're ready. People with ASD have the same emotions as other people. They just might show them differently. That's wrong. They kind of have the same emotions, but they don't show them differently. With autistic people who are non-verbal, that's hard to express for them. That would be hard to express their emotions, or show how they're feeling. So yeah. Some people with ASD have an intellectual disability and learn more slowly than others, but most do not. That's definitely true. There is no cure for ASD, but people with ASD can develop skills for life with the right support. People with ASD are neurodivergent. This means that different people's brains work in different ways, and that being different from what is typical or common is not necessarily a problem. The term neurodivergent neurodivergent, it's hard to say, also includes those with conditions such as dyslexia and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, otherwise known as ADHD for shortened version of saying it. So yeah, and I also have ADHD as well, because I was diagnosed with that at 2.5, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was. I don't remember. I'd have to ask my mum about that. I'm pretty sure I was. So yeah. Sometimes the term high functioning is used to describe someone with autism. It is usually used to clarify that they do not have an intellectual disability. This term is not accurate, as someone with ASD with normal intelligence may still have difficulty with their day-to-day functioning. Characterizing ASD this way can prevent people with ASD from receiving the support they need. Support for carers. Caring for a person with ASD is a lifelong commitment. There are support services available, such as counseling and respite. You may want to join a support group. Carers Gateway can give you practical information and useful resources. You can also learn more about carers support and services in your state or territory through Carers Australia. Autism Awareness Australia also offers self-care tips and helpful links and resources, which I will put that in the link in the description. So yeah. I will actually put this link for this in the description. So yeah, if you want to know more about autism, so yeah, for the resources that it has, resources and support. For more information about ASD, visit Amaze the Spectrum or Autism Awareness Australia, which I will put those in the link to the description. I hope you were able to, if you guys enjoyed today's video, I hope you were able to understood how I explained it and how I read it, because my speech is kind of hard to talk when reading something, or just talk in general, but yeah, I hope you were able to understand everything I explained. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.